welcome back to another broadcast of the Rockwell Farms Garden Show.
Good morning, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Josiah, and I'm Mark. And today we are going to talk about insecticides. Ain't that sexy? Now let's talk about lawn care.
Ooh.
Insects in the lawn.
I like this one.
Yes. Here is your above and below. It's also called Bug Blaster Plus. But the really nice thing about this is that it has a contact insecticide, lambda-cyhalothrin, and it also has your imidacloprid. What it does, it kills the adult grubs along with its larvae. So May is the perfect time to have this.
You know, a lot of people pay a lot of money to have somebody come out and do this when they can spend as little as this is to just do it themselves and treat their own yard.
Exactly. And when you're killing your grubs, you need to understand that you're getting rid of the food that the moles feed on.
Correct. Yeah, that's important
yes,
too.
So you'll totally decrease your mole population, and the grub hatches into the Japanese beetle.
That's
and
right.
Yeah,
so two pests in one, because the moles, a lot of people, don't know this. Moles, if they don't eat within a couple of hours, they will starve to death. And so by getting rid of their food source, like using this to get rid of their food source, they'll have no other option but to go into your neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
And then when they're dealing with them, you just tell them you use this product.
Yeah, or you can not share it with them.
That's
Hey, leave them over there.
That's terrible.
Okay. All right. So even though the high yield above and below will get rid of your fleas and ticks with that lambda-cyhalothrin, a big word, we recommend bifenthrin to get rid of your fleas and ticks because if that's your only problem, it's cheaper and it goes a very long way.
And again, this is in landscape, not in edibles. So
right, for your lawn
area.
Just
to make sure, for safety disclaimer, this is for your landscape lawn area.
Now, if you want something extremely safe for your dogs and your chickens, which you have, yes.
Yep, is it the...
that would be the Killabug.
Killabug.
Yes. Killabug is one of Josiah's favorites. I'll let you know about
that. So this is actually a granulated permethrin. And so if you have chickens in your yard, it is a granular. So keep in mind, you probably don't want them to eat the granular, but as long as this is watered in, if you have chickens that you free range, keeping them up until this is watered in, and then you can let them out right after. This works awesome for fleas and ticks.
Yep.
If you have pets in your yard, this is a safer route to go. If you have pets and you're worried about them, this is a really good product to use for fleas and ticks.
Okay. And also safe for the garden.
Yeah. Really easy to spread, by the way. You can do it by your hand or just a regular spreader, which makes it really convenient.
Now, I'll tell you something that I use. I use the Turf Ranger 2.
Okay.
Turf Ranger 2 has both cypermethrin and bifenthrin in it.
And you've used this in your yard for years.
Yes. And it's my favorite for around the perimeter of the home. I will walk 6 foot around my home, facing my home.
Sure.
And with the whirlybird, which we sell.
Sure.
And what it does, it gives me a 6 foot perimeter for any ants. It's termites.
Okay.
Spiders. Nothing will penetrate that 6 foot.
Okay. Wow.
And under my house, we have a crawl space. I will take this and I throw it under my crawl space. I do not have a termite plan or whatever you call it through a termite people. And we've been there for 25 years and not a termite one.
And isn't your house, wasn't it built in like 1830s or something?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Civil War home, yeah.
Yes, and so the whole thing's made out of wood.
That's good, no termites.
And the nice thing is I only have to do it every, 5 to 8 years. I think every 8 years.
In your crawl space?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
And so the way that spiders work, number one, the brown recluse is a very clean spider. And the way that it dies is that it will go across the insecticide, clean itself, and die.
Oh, wow.
The black widow, the way that you get rid of a black widow is that you kill its food source. You have to spray a black widow directly with something as strong as pyrethrin to kill it. But if you get rid of the brown recluse and the black widow's food source, you'll kill the spider.
Man, I hate spiders.
Yes. And so it has worked for years in our home, and we live here at the nursery. So if anybody's going to have an insect problem inside their home, it'd be us. And we don't.
Oh, yeah.
Now that we've talked about the granulars that people can use for their lawn, let's talk about sprays, general sprays that people can use throughout their landscape.
Okay.
Like a once a month.
Okay.
All right.
program treatment, basically.
Exactly. And that would be your mouth ion, your garden, farm, and home, and your cyanura.
What? Say that again.
Mouth ion.
You got a mouth on you.
Oh my word.
Mouth ion.
All right. So this is the garden, farm, and home. It's a mouthful for permethrin. It's 10% permethrin.
Yeah.
I love high yield and I love furlone because they have high concentrations of those effective ingredients.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Josiah, I think you use like a teaspoon per gallon.
Teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. Now, if you've hired a mosquito company to come out, this is actually what they use.
Yes.
So.
And so we really like the permethrin. It's just a great general kill of your entire landscape. Cyanur is another one. It also comes in a concentrate that you just hook up to your hose and it's ready to spray. And this is a concentrate. Reason why I like this is that I make 32 gallons. And cyanura is actually more potent than your permethrin.
Okay.
Okay? So there's kind of a scale up when it comes to pyrethroids.
So what all will this get rid of in your yard?
Everything.
Everything.
That's why it's called
That's
cyanura. There's really nothing it will not kill.
Wow.
Yeah. It's lambda cyhalothrin, which is a very, very potent product.
Yeah.
So if you don't have chickens, boom, use that cyanura.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep, once it's dry, it will not hurt your dog or anything. So
that's
it's a very
great.
good product.
Yeah.
And so next, and when we talk about broad spectrum, we're talking about thrips, aphids, caterpillars, fleas and ticks, mosquitoes, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, also, let's talk about preventive. Okay, because you use that once a month for preventive for your entire landscape.
Yep. So
Another good preventive would be your dormant oil.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Here at the nursery, dormant oil is one that we use every fall
thank you,
and
Vanna.
every spring. What it does is that it kills the eggs that have like pine tip moth, other moths will leave on the bark of a tree. And the dormant oil kills all the eggs that have been laid in your landscape.
You know, this is also amazing for scale because there's thousands of different kind of scale, and I don't think people know that. But the scale, the bugs, they will attach to the tree, suck out the sugars and carbs out of the tree. By spraying them with this is what people use for scale. You are suffocating those, and they're just gone. So this works great.
Like I said, this is something that we use every fall and every spring, just to knock down all the. It's a preventative so that we don't have a big insect problem the coming year.
Maintenance program.
It's a very good maintenance program. Now, if you're going camping or having outdoor events, one of my favorites is the mosquito go.
Okay.
The main ingredient in that is tetramethrin, and the way it works in the organic chemistry world is that you have your pyrethrin, then you have your permethrin, and then you have stuff like tetramethrin, which is extremely safe but ineffective. And the reason why I like this is because since it's at a fogger, if you're having a party or you're going camping, you can get rid of all your mosquitoes. You know those gnats that come up and bite your legs?
Biting flies,
Awesome. And so whenever we have an outdoor party, like to show a movie or a picnic, you don't have flies and you don't have the gnats.
This is a quick fix for those hosting for sure. When you're out by the fire pit or... Yeah,
and so it's something that we just put in the lawn and bug free. The next would be the home care. For spiders inside the home, the Alpine pressurized spray.
Yes.
Okay.
Great one.
That is our go-to. It's extremely safe. I found out about this because hospitals and hotels will use this. It's safe. These are professional products. So the pressurized insecticide is one that you will put between the baseboard and the wall.
This is basically an all-purpose, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
And I really use this for ants. Ants and spiders is what it works on best.
Okay.
And then, because when a spider, there's no fragrance to this. Let me tell you a little trick. A lot of the insecticides that they use for spiders, if you can smell it, that's how they keep the spiders away, because spiders have a unique sense of smell.
Correct.
So it's more of a repellent than a killer.
Okay.
This has no fragrance, so when the spider goes across a brown recluse, when it cleans itself, it dies.
And these are commercial grade.
They are very commercial grade.
The one that I want to talk about is the pressurized fly bait.
Yes.
This is Awesome.
Yes.
So this you'll spray in little strips around your trash can, your baseboard,
Around
your
the frame of a door.
windows. Yeah, it'll attract them to that. My wife actually sprayed this on her window above the kitchen sink. I don't recommend, but she did. I came back a few days later.
Yes.
I didn't know how many flies we had. We had piles of flies.
Yes.
Up on the board that's underneath the window. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
This works so good.
And a lot of people out that serve food outdoors, the food trucks,
Yes.
they will use this to keep flies from being in people's food.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's great.
And then if people have a, looks like we need to spray some here. For people that have fleas and bed bugs, this is a professional spray for your fleas and bed bugs, obviously. The really nice thing about this is that it has a growth regulator in it. So it'll not only give you a immediate kill, but it will give you a residual with that growth regulator. So
That is so important.
fleas will hatch eggs, thousands of eggs, every 3 days.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So you can have an infestation before you know it. And a lot of realtors, when they're showing a home, it'll have fleas in the carpet. They come by and get this, and it just is their saving grace.
Oh yeah.
So the Alpine bed bug and flea is a very, very good professional product. So that ends our show for.
That was a lot. Yeah. You can go back through, and the nice thing about having the show is you can go back through.
Yes.
If you miss something, you can rewatch it, try to figure out what to use in your garden or on your landscape or for your home, and that can help you out.
Right. And when you do come to the nursery, you'll find to where I've typed up write-ups on what the product is, the active ingredient, what it kills, and how to use it. So when you look at the product, you can take a picture of it.
Yeah.
All right. And then when you go home, you'll remember all that it does.
And if you don't want to read it, you can ask anybody here in a blue shirt, and we can help you out with
Yeah.
what you're needing.
So next week, I want to talk about the fruit tree care. All right, because we kind of touched on now, and we want to show you how to have that perfect fruit safely.
That's amazing.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, thank you for joining us this episode. If you'll leave a comment, if you have any gardening questions, or subscribe and like, that'll
Yeah.
help us out. Those comments, when you comment on our shows, just right underneath in the description, when you comment, we'll answer those questions here on this show, or we'll just make a show about it.
Like
So,
Zuli, we
yeah.
did the whole show because of her.
Oh yeah, so you might, you would be helping other gardeners with
Yep.
coming up with questions. You'll be helping a whole bunch of other people with getting those answered.
Yep. And like us. We like to be liked.
We like, we like you, like us.
Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
We'll see you.